Hello everybody, Adam Noyes from Mr. Avatar 911, and welcome to the first ever edition of Movie Reviews War Edition. Self-explanatory title really, so I won't go into any detail. The first movie we shall dive into is a war epic from Japan, and is directed by legendary director Keiichi Okamoto. The film is Battle of Okinawa, produced by none other than Toho Studios, and made in the year 1971. The film stars Keiji Kobayashi and one of the greatest actors of all time, Tetsuya Nakadai. Let me begin by saying that this film is not for everyone. Only those who know a lot about Japanese culture and know a lot about what Japan was going through at this time period. As the plot goes, it is very difficult to explain. The film has no main characters, but instead, it is filmed much like a documentary, but shot with actual reenactors instead of actual war footage. We get a general's point of view, which is sad and just makes you feel hopeless. Throughout the film, they get nothing but shit, from losing reinforcements to failures to navigate. The soldier's point of view, on the other hand, is so depressing. No one wins. By the end of the film, only two people who you see, and never really learn their names, live. It's just sad, and is a vivid depiction of what actually happened in the caves of Okinawa. The ending literally made me cry. Keiichi Okamoto saw the footage taken by US reporters of what civilians did to escape the wrath of the American soldiers, which were lies spread by Japanese propaganda, which makes this scene even more heart-wrenching. Old people, women, and children jump off cliffs to the rocky shores below, and all is shown graphically in the ending. It even shows an old woman being run over by a tank and a father killing his son, which he didn't even look like he was 10 years old. The fight scenes are amazingly well put together and is extremely graphic, almost, and in some scenes worse than Saving Private Ryan, showing both soldiers, women, and children being shot, and soldiers committing seppuku, which is ritual suicide. There is literally not one scene in this film that is happy, except for the final shot. Except for the final shots. They show a little girl, probably 3 years old, walking on a beach covered with dead soldiers and civilians that jump to their own demise. But then she picks up a water bottle and begins to drink from it. And then the end credits roll. This shows that times will be tough, but through hard work, they can rebuild and start over. The entire film makes you feel awful, but because of that ending, you leave with a smile. Not only is this one of my favorite war films, but it's one of my favorite movies, period. Though it will be hard to watch for many Western audiences, it is worth taking a good look at. Keiichi Okamoto is perhaps the most overlooked director to come from Japan. His depiction of the battle is amazing and well portrayed. Several scenes may come off as anti-American to much of the Western audiences, but it is not. It just depicts the Japanese side of the story, which we are not used to. The film is just depicting the horrors of war in general. In order to watch this film here in the States, you can get it at Animego DVD. You can get it on an Animego DVD for a relatively low price. It's well put together except for one giant flaw. Battle of Okinawa was filmed in stereo audio, but this DVD only has a mono option for an audio. And then there is a humming noise, always ringing in the background. Though much of the humming is bleeded out by either dialogue, sound effects, or Masaru Sato's amazing score, some scenes of atmosphere are ruined by this, so it's just a warning to everyone. This film is nearly perfect, and it would be a sin to give it anything less than 4 out of 4 stars. It is shot beautifully, acted well, and it's just all around great. It's just all around a great war epic. I'd recommend it to an audience that knows a lot about Japanese culture, or someone who is wanting to learn about Japanese culture. So give it a watch.